I have thought for hours about how to word this eulogy. I've traveled in my mind through all of the memories I have. I've spoken to many people about their memories of Brian and have looked at hundreds of pictures from throughout his life. I laid in bed every night rehearsing what I had not written and waking with tears in my eyes. I realized this week that a life like Brian's doesn't fit into words. Nothing I say will do his life justice, but I will try to rejoice in the fact that he lived life and he lived it well, better than anyone else I know. Brian took on all kinds of roles during his life, and in each role, he taught us something.
Hi, Ball family. Stephen, Judy, Amy, Davey, Nick, and Emily. This is the Hoyt family, Jim, Robin, Jackson, and Tim.
We just wanted to record this quick video to you to let you know how much we really cared for Brian, how much we're going to miss him. He meant a lot to all of us, I think in different ways, but important ways.
Yeah, Brian was a great man. I remember Jack was in his tenderfoot class, and he spent his whole first year trying not to get dunked in a horse tank by Brian. I know that that's a huge part of Jack's first year. For myself, Brian was a big part of my Western Air experience. I was his red team trainer, and I remember riding with Brian, and I remember instructing with Brian, and that place won't be the same without him. So we just wanted to send you our love and express how much we're going to miss Brian. God bless you.
This is a message honoring my good friend Brian Ball, a man that puts a gentle and gentleman who was so happy-go-lucky, loved a good goat in a golf cart story, and a man I'm going to miss very much.
Hi. The Rockanova family wants to say thank you to Brian for all that he's done for all of us, me in particular for helping to jumpstart my car the day I needed it.
Thank you for everything, Brian. We'll miss you.
Thank you for just being a great instructor on Cowboys. You were a great friend and I'll never forget it.
Put your smiles on! Show us who we are! Okay, let's go! Woo! Alright, let's go. Come on.
You gonna run all the way, Brian?
Yep, I've been working out.
Where?
I want to say thank you, Brian, for an amazing 34 years of excitement and adventure. You surely will be missed. You were a great friend, and we can always count on you to be there and be the life of the party. We love you, and we will see you again someday.
Brian was a very outgoing and bubbly person, and that really stood out to me when I first joined Western Airs, and that's why I felt so comfortable around him, is because you could come up to him with anything and he would throw you in the trash can by the end of it. My last favorite memory with him is when he threw me over the arena of the volunteer with cavalry coming at you, so that was pretty fun and scary. We will all miss Brian very much, and I was very lucky to have him in my life for a short amount of time.
Brian was the type of person that could make anyone smile, no matter what kind of day they're having, if they're tired or sad or frustrated. I don't think there's a single kid out there that he hadn't tried to push off their horse right before just so that he could see them smile. He brought a lot of happiness and laughter to Western Airs, and the organization's definitely gonna miss him a lot.
Western Airs! Put your back in here. What you guys doing? You guys with me? Who are we? Western Airs! What do we do? Ride with pride! Who are we? Western Airs! What do we do? Ride with pride! Raise our hands up and down.
Brian was always so funny, and he was the Santa Claus in the Christmas party. I've known him for a long time. He's always been a family friend, and I'm really gonna miss him.
One of our early adventures, we went to Waterworld. We got rained out. So we jumped in our cars and started heading down Highway 36. Brian's Yugo gets a flat tire. So we start changing it. His jack breaks. We put our heads together and said, you know what? Let's just pick the car up. He can put the tire on. We can get out of there. So that's what we did. Soaking wet, drenched to the bone. That was a Waterworld day.
Hi guys, it's Mimi and Kaylin Nickel here. We're Brian's neighbor. We were just gonna share a memory of Brian. We both have one. So mine is actually the last time I saw Brian was at one of our neighbors' birthday party out on the patio. We were doing social distancing, and my husband bought a dinosaur. And Brian came out with a cart to try and get it delivered. We couldn't fit it on there. It was way too heavy. But afterwards, my daughter, who's 2.5, and the neighbor's daughter, who's 2, wanted to ride the cart. And Brian, obviously wasn't feeling great at that time, but he still was like, hop on, hold on, and was going up and down the block, pulling my daughter and the neighbor girl all around. And they were just, my daughter was thrilled and just holding on, going, wee, wee. And Brian, he just is always that type of guy, always, taking care of us and just loving our girls. So we miss you, Brian.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Brian. Miss your brother. I only knew you for 3 years, but you were one heck of a guy and made a huge impact on my life in 3 years. You're a great friend, a great neighbor, and you kind of became like a father figure with stuff around the house. You would always help. You're always one of the first ones to help me when I had my ankle surgery. And it was snowing. You came out and cleared the sidewalk. Never asked for anything in return. You always helped me blow up my sprinklers and helped me turn them on. I'll never forget the first year. Last year I did it by myself, and you were so proud. It was like that dad proudness. I was like, yes, I made Brian proud. And but we love you so much. So many good summer nights spent together, and you just disappeared, and we'd wonder where you went, and you just go home and go to bed. But we'll miss your jokes. We'll miss your friendship and your love. And one last memory is just the day that you passed. In the morning, that evening, we had a little get together and had your daughter and your son over and their friends and the neighbors, and had a good bonfire. And that night we were talking about you, and a meteor came right over the house and blew up probably 2 blocks away, turned green and bright red and blue, and I've never seen anything like that before. So that is special to me, and we love you, and
We miss you, White Buffalo.
We miss you, White Buffalo.
Bye.
I tell you what, Fort Wheeling is not going to be the same without following Brian all the time. And vacation's definitely not going to be the same. They're probably going to be kind of boring.
Miss you.
All right, love you, bud.
Hey, this is for Brian. Brian, I miss you so much, it hurts. I wanted to share a couple of things that I'll always remember about you. The first is going to be the Christmas party where and every single time you stole my phone out at Western Airs and took pictures of yourself, all of the concerts, the camping trips, the jeeping trips, all of that stuff I'm going to hold with me in my heart until we meet again. I love you so much and I miss you.
You like my purple hair? Brian did. We would send silly pictures with silly filters back and forth every day. It was kind of a fun little thing we did, I'm sure with others too. I keep waiting for the next one to come. Brian, I'm gonna miss you like crazy. Thank you so much for everything you've done. All of the support you've given to me, my kids, my mom, my dad. I'll be waiting for the pranks, and I'll actually welcome them. Until we meet again, I love you.
Brian impacted many people's lives, but I wanted everyone to know how he impacted us, the horses' lives as well. Brian made it so much less scary to flag and was always there in the paddock to calm me and my rider, Alyssa, so we would do great in the arena. He even chased me down the aisle at Stock Show when I was scared so Alyssa wouldn't miss the gate call. On behalf of all the Spompanados, Ernie, Sheila, Alyssa, my horse Roman partner, sister, and myself, I want to say we love Brian and will miss him dearly.
What I'm going to remember most about Brian is just growing up with him. He taught me so many things in life, like how to type a Dear John letter on my sternum, or how to squish just me no matter which way we turn when we play the squish game in the car. He taught me how to shift his car when he broke his arm. But more than anything, I'm going to remember that I got to be the sister to the greatest man in this world.
I remember having great conversations with Brian about the NFL and about how great the Broncos are, or are going to be in the near future. Every time me and my family would come into town, Brian would always make an appearance wherever we were at, whatever we were doing. Love you, Brian.
Hello, everyone. I'm Brian's Aunt Chris, and I used to be Brian's boss at King Soopers. Boy, you all talk about Brian and his pranks. He pulled them at King Soopers with especially all the new employees. Boy, I was getting after him as his boss and saying, Brian, you gotta cool it. We're at work right now. And nope, not Brian. He didn't get in trouble, but his Aunt Chris got pulled to the office and told Brian to leave Brian alone. He made work fun. You go, Brian. I love ya.
Hi, my name is Kathy. Brian's birth turned me into an aunt. Great memories. As a young boy, he was my tour guide wherever I went to visit him. Later, I got to enjoy many of his shows and activities with Western Airs. As a mid-teen, he gave me the best laugh of all. He got up from the dinner table walked over and picked my husband up, carried him outside, put him in a snowdrift. From there, everybody laughed. Brian came back in, sat down, and went back to eating like nothing had happened. Love you, Bri.
Brian, you're going to be so missed in our family. The entire family just got quite a bit more boring without your presence. Everybody knew you were the life of the party and always wanting to have a good time. I love you, and I'm going to miss you, man.
Thanks for making our kiddos laugh. We love you.
There you go.
I love you in the morning, and I love you.
In the
afternoon? I love you in the evening and underneath the moon. Together, moving. I love you. And you love me.
Good job, Tay.
Hi, Cousin Brian. It was fun when we went to the pool and going horseback riding with you. It was in Mexico and playing on the beach. I hope you and I love watching us doing this video.
I love you. Miss you.
I love you. All of us missed you.
Love you, cousin.
Because you're
And what is your favorite thing about Uncle Brian?
My favorite thing about Uncle Brian is letting him tickle me.
Alex, what's your favorite thing about Uncle Brian?
Letting him chase me and tickle me.
Isabella, what's your favorite thing about Uncle Brian?
Riding on the horse and he pushes me off.
Do you want to say anything to Uncle Brian?
I love you. I love you.
Hi, I remember the day Brian was born. It was a really rainy day in San Diego, and since we lived in California, he learned to swim when he was 6 months old.
He loved to go fishing with his brothers and his friends. I remember one time he went fishing with his best friend with using cherry bombs instead of fishing hooks. He always loved to ride the roller coaster with me from the time he was tall enough to get on one. And Brian was sort of a lovable prankster. You never knew when he was going to sneak up on somebody. And, I just don't know where he got that from, but...
We really don't have a clue.
My favorite memory of Brian is my kid would never lope in Tenderfoot, and he jogged beside her, I bet, for 200, 300 miles maybe. She did not lope until inner club, and he was there to congratulate her. And all those times that she cried and cried and cried, he never told her it'll be okay, it'll be okay. Instead, he would throw her in the horse trough, and it actually was okay.
Thank you, Brian, for running next to my horse to teach me to lope and get my confidence to do that. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I bet she's getting pretty heavy.
That one's fuller. You're heavy.
There you go. There's an open gate. That's just what we need.
You have to get through me first.
Uh-oh, you're going in too.
Happy birthday. Oh, you too? I was nice to you.
Do it, Buck, do it. Oh, come on.
I'm Sandra and this is Skylar. We ordered some Caterpillar
caterpillars a few weeks ago, and 2 of them emerged from their cocoons on the day that Brian passed. We wanted to release these in memory of him.
Brian, thank you for everything you've done for us.
Okay. My dad and I learned this song to honor Brian's life.
And in making this video, the single most important consistent message I got from families and friends was, goodbye for now, but we'll be together again.
So, until then, happy trails to